Hey, my friends, I felt like I had to create this video because it's the start of something new. Something that was basically started back in 1994, 23 years ago. Something happened to me, and what that was that I basically realized that I was not, I was sick of my life. And I screwed it up basically. I didn't know how to do it right, and I got down on my knees and I asked God to come and save me and take my life and make it a better life. And He answered that. And that's what you call being born again. Now, I know some of you guys are just like, oh, born again, what is this? Like, what? Listen, it is real. It's 100% real. It happens to you. And if you're in a position where you're feeling confused and kind of alone and you don't feel like you don't like the world basically, then trust me, God comes quickly. So that was in 94, and in 95 God compelled me to go on a walk of faith. And you can see I just got this little newspaper thing here. This is me. Okay, and let me just explain about this. Basically, I was just to build this cross that you see here, this cross. I built a cross, put a little wheel on the bottom, and tied a little tent on the back, and then just had this basic carry bag here, which I strapped around me. And basically, I was supposed to do this with $0, but I ended up taking $20, and there was no cell phones, none of that at that time. Okay, so just $20 that I put in my pocket because of the lack of faith, guys. Okay, lack of faith that I had that God would provide for me and take care of me. And I went on this walk. Now, the walk was from a town called Ingersoll all the way to Ottawa, Ontario, and it was incredible. Total of 367 miles, and that's 592 kilometers. I had to write this down because I can't even understand myself how that even happened. But here were the parameters. This is what I was allowed to do. I wasn't allowed to ask for anything. These were the rules. Okay, God put this in my heart. Go out and I will take care of you. See, I believed that the Bible, I believed it literally. What it was written, it was real, okay? Not just a spiritual thing, but a real, spiritual is everything. And that will dictate everything else in life. The body is the last thing. So I put that faith into practice, and I took the first steps. And I wasn't supposed to ask for anything, which I never did. I didn't ask for money, didn't ask for food, didn't ask for anything, and it was just totally relying on God to provide. The only thing I was allowed to ask for was to be able to pitch a tent on people's property just to sleep that night. And I carried a Bible in that bag, and one pair of sandals, one pair of socks, and that was pretty much it. Okay. And let me just bring this out here so you guys can see. Like I kept the map marked out here. It's pretty incredible. This is the starting point here. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. That's the starting point, and you can see just how long. You can see just how long this walk was. Right up. Where you see that yellow line. You can see that's where it all ended, in Ottawa. What happened? Nothing. Absolutely nothing happened in Ottawa. When I got there, I had enough money to come back home, boarded a bus, came back home, back to Ingersoll. That was the end of it. But the process, the walk, what happened in between was just incredible. The people that I met, God put in front of me, His servants, people that just, I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened. All I know is a lot happened. And the main thing that I got from this, and as a matter of fact, I told very few people, like a handful of people. So you guys are really the first over 23 years ago. that have heard this, okay? And the reason why I'm sharing this is because I believe that a lot of us don't understand, where we came from and the power that is among us. Being born again is much more than a kingdom that you're going to go to heaven. The kingdom is actually here, and it lives within us, and it gives us the courage and gives us the guidance that we need to live a life in abundance. Okay, it's not just everlasting life. We're talking about abundance of life, which means whatever you're doing, I guarantee you, if it's not of God, if you don't put God first, you can't possibly live life like it was supposed to be lived, okay? Now, that was a while ago. What happened from that point forwards? Well, I never, ever denied Christ as far as knowing that I was a child of God, okay? And that He was there for me. And from that point forwards, I never felt like a sinful person. Now, did I do things of sin? Yes, I did. I did do things that were against God. And there was a time when I kind of veered off a bit, but He was always with me. He was always with me. He never, let me go. And here we are 23 years ago, and now I'm coming back to rekindling that because there were some things that I missed, some integral parts that I missed, and God has pulled me to this now, coming back to it, because now we're doing another walk of faith. And I'm not talking about walking this time. What I've done is we're taking this literally, and I've missed quite a few things in the Bible. And the powerful things that He mentions, which have been watered down through all the religions. And I believe in God, and I believe in Satan, and I believe in all those things. And we don't understand the power that we have within us as Christians, that we have overcome all this. Christ in us means that anything that's ever happened, any diseases, sicknesses, all those things, they can be overcome. But the thing that is relying on us is faith. And I've learned quite a bit in this last month or two, and I'm just about ready here. We are actually ready. This is the first of the videos to actually tell people about this and the movement that we're creating. And I believe in my heart, just like this walk, exactly like this walk, that God will be with us, and this movement will be one of the biggest, and I want to put it out there, one of the biggest movements ever to exist, and I want you guys to be part of it. The name of the movement is Reezunn, and I'm sure there's a link down here, but if there's not, it's REEZUNN. Something I put together. It's a for-profit. It's not a non-profit. It's for profit. We want people to profit from this, meaning we want you to gain something from this. And I see people gaining life, gaining everlasting life, eternal life, changing the way they think, repenting from their sins, which is basically just turning away from the way they thought was real, opening up their unlimiting beliefs. Their limiting beliefs, things that you limit God to do or yourself, is what you're ruled by. If you can somehow expand on that, basically opening your heart, if you can expand on your belief system and just open your heart, things can happen that you at one point thought were not possible. This is where we're at. This is the growth that has to happen within us all, okay? And this is what I've got. The message is going to come out right now. It's starting right now with this Reezunn movement. Okay, it's going to give people a reason to go and preach the gospel like it's supposed to be, which is by living it. Okay, and if you're in a point or a position where you're struggling, where you're looking, trying to find meaning and all this stuff, or maybe things aren't working out for you, or you got sickness and you kind of think that there's a lot of twisted beliefs in the world, like sickness is from God. That's not true. That is absolutely not true. Sickness leads to death, and death is not. That's the wages of sin. So basically, sickness is not part of you. It shouldn't be part of you. And so when Jesus commanded the disciples to go to heal the sick, cast out demons, raise the dead, this is not something that you put in the spiritual sense. Now, a lot of religious people especially from the Roman Catholic tradition that I came from. Like, I'm a Christian. I'm not Roman Catholic. I am a Christian. And therefore, I believe in what Jesus did and what he commissioned us, and the power. Here's the big one: the power that he gave us all, that we have no idea about this power, because Satan has been in the world and kind of using and covering up these religious powers so that we don't, expand and grow and become children of God. And that's the battle that's going on right now. It's going on within every single one of you guys, and a lot of you don't know it. And so now he's put it in my heart to come out with a Reezunn, a movement that's going to basically cut down most of these beliefs. Now, I don't have all the answers, and I'm expecting God to show up, just like that walk when I took that first step. Just like that walk when I took that first step, I know he's going to come through, and he's going to reveal all these things. And in the process, okay, what's going to end up happening is we're going to see a lot of people getting healed, sicknesses, pain, all that is going to disappear, because it's actually happening right now. He's pointed me to things that are happening right now. It's nothing that I'm going to come out with. The things have been happening, but the limiting beliefs of people, okay, and what God can do is what's preventing it from happening, and we want to stop this. As well, associated with this, we've put an affiliate program together, okay, which is a way for people to get out. There's a lot of people that want to minister. There's a lot of people that want to do good things. There's a lot of people that, if they had some money, would do wondrous things with that money. But again, Satan has kept that down. And what I'm attaching to this is an affiliate program which will allow you to break free as well. We want every single one of us, Christians, children of God, to be doing this and putting a dent into the world's ways, guys. We want to bring God out. He's here. No sense bringing him back. He's here. We just want to bring him out and take everything that's written in the Bible literally. Guys, it's an exciting time. I want you guys to check it out. If you guys have any kind of pains or sicknesses, post your comments down below. Get in contact with the Reezunn. We want you to join. It's absolutely free, okay? Freely we receive, freely we give. That's the principle behind this. Any kind of monies that are generated are because you're giving from your heart, from the abundance that it received, okay? Not that we asked you to, it's just you're giving because you want to. And we're putting the money at the back end, as opposed to all these other things that you may have run across where they put money first, and that's not right. We knock that down. Money has no purpose in this. What we want to do is put God first. And if you put God first, everything else will align. I guarantee you that is written. Everything else will align. Okay? You will live life like you're supposed to, abundantly. Okay, so I wanted to create this video. This is going to be very exciting, and you guys are the very first of what I consider to be one of the greatest movements that we have ever seen, because the intention is right. The why, the intention. If your intention is good, then goodness will follow. Your intention has to be right. And if it is in line with God, then this is what's going to come out, God. I'm super excited. Please join us. Check it out. Again, Reezunn. Check it out on Facebook. Sign up for the page. Send us messages. Again, if you have sicknesses or pain or anything you want us to pray for you, us is me. I am the first of this right now. And we're just going to let Jesus and God do all the work as far as the magic that we don't understand. But in faith, I'm going to go and pray, believing that it's going to happen, because if God is in me, then why wouldn't he? Okay, why wouldn't he heal you? It is his will. It is not his will that you be sick. Which one of you has a child that says, oh, this child, it's good for him to be sick. It's okay for him to be sick. You'd want that sickness gone. It is not the will of God, okay? So let's take this to another level, guys. I'm super excited to be starting this with you. This is going to give us a reason to live and to live with God being first. Amen. God bless. Take care.